The harsh reality of life under apartheid in South Africa history. For decades, South Africa's black majority was suppressed by laws enforcing white supremacy. From 1948 to the 1990s, apartheid, Afrikaans for apartness, dominated life, oppressing the black population under a tiny white minority. It took immense struggle to dismantle this policy rooted in deep-seated discrimination and racism. Apartheid began in 1948 after the National Party rose to power, pushing policies of white supremacy. These policies empowered white South Africans, descendants of Dutch and British settlers, while further oppressing black Africans. This system was deeply rooted in the country's history of colonization and slavery. White settlers historically viewed black South Africans as resources to industrialize the country. Starting in the 17th century, Dutch settlers relied on slaves. Even after slavery was abolished in 1863, the discovery of gold and diamonds saw black miners exploited by white-owned companies. Mining companies borrowed tactics from earlier slaveholders, using pass laws to control black workers. These laws, dating back to the 18th century, required black people to carry identification and restricted their movement. They were designed to benefit white settlers, forcing black people into labor. These discriminatory laws persisted into the 20th century, even as South Africa became a self-governing British dominion. Anti-British sentiment among Afrikaners fueled a white supremacist identity, which took hold in 1948. This led to even harsher laws when Afrikaners took control. Racist fears and attitudes shaped white society, claiming apartheid allowed races to develop separately. In reality, it forced black South Africans into poverty. Grand apartheid confined black people to designated areas, while petty apartheid restricted their daily lives, making survival difficult. Pass laws prohibited black people from entering urban areas without jobs, and carrying a passport was mandatory. Despite their disenfranchisement, black South Africans resisted. The African National Congress initiated the Defiance Campaign in the 1950s, leading mass mobilizations against racist laws. Black workers boycotted businesses, went on strike, and protested non-violently, despite brutal police and state responses. Interracial marriage and business ownership in white areas were illegal. Segregation was everywhere, from hospitals to beaches. Education was limited, and laws regulating black lives proliferated throughout the 1950s. In 1960, police killed 69 peaceful protesters in Sharperville, sparking nationwide unrest. This led some to embrace armed resistance, including Nelson Mandela, who organized a paramilitary group and was later imprisoned for life. In response, the government declared a state of emergency, intensifying apartheid laws. Despite crackdowns, black groups continued organizing. The 1976 Soweto uprising saw 10,000 black schoolchildren protest a law mandating Afrikaans in schools. Anti-apartheid activist Steve Biko, a leading figure, was repeatedly arrested and eventually died from police-inflicted injuries in 1977. Resistance intensified in the 1980s, drawing worldwide attention. Nelson Mandela, imprisoned since 1964, inspired continued resistance and began secret negotiations. International pressure, including sanctions and economic consequences, pushed the South African government towards change. By the late 1980s, internal and external pressures mounted. Economic instability and international condemnation made apartheid increasingly untenable. President P.W. Botha's resignation in 1989 marked a turning point, with his successor, F.W. de Klerk, initiating negotiations to end apartheid. In February 1990, de Klerk lifted the ban on opposition groups and released Mandela. Despite ongoing violence,
Mandela and de Klerk pushed forward with intensive negotiations. In 1994, apartheid was defeated, and Mandela became South Africa's president. South Africa adopted a new, non-discriminatory constitution in 1997. Apartheid was dismantled, Mandela and de Klerk won the Nobel Peace Prize, and a Truth and Reconciliation Commission was established. Though not entirely peaceful, the transition forged a new reality for South Africa. This new reality emerged from the relentless resistance of an oppressed majority. The end of apartheid marked the beginning of a South Africa striving for equality and justice, honoring the sacrifices made by countless individuals in their fight for freedom. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe for more videos.